what's happening in the Mother Lode with Sarah
and Sarah.
Yep. So, yeah, we're still here.
We are still here, and we have many, many events.
Another week of many, many events, and one of the flagship events of Calaveras County is coming up this weekend with the frog jump.
Big, and a lot of preparation for that.
Yes.
And they're still jumping frogs, which we have
Jumping
a couple
frogs.
of in Copperopolis, which we'll get to.
Pepper and copper, and then the frog. If you see the frog man roaming around, that's what they're doing. They're taking the frogs and they go to the state capitol. They come to the government, Calaveras County Government Center. They go to the schools. They go all over the place. So
and then you can see them at the frog jump, the finale.
Yeah, and the finale as well. Yeah.
So all leading up to it.
All leading up to the big frog jump.
Crazy.
So I wish actually today, I wish that I had brought a frog jump story, but I'm actually going to do that next week because frog jump starts on the 19th, which is Thursday, but the weekend of frog jump is the weekend afterwards.
Which we'll get to next week.
Exactly. So I'll bring you the historical frog jump story next week. But this week I have kind of an interesting, of course, miners story because they were so crazy, which I don't know if that's PC to say anymore, but they were.
That's fine.
Yeah, they were very focused on gold, right?
Well, yeah, that was their motive. They came out here to live. They they gave up everything to find that. So I imagine it was like very much tunnel vision of that's it. That's what they live for.
That's what they live for. That's what they're looking for. That's what they're doing 24/7. So this actually, this story comes from Colombia, which as if you don't know, and I'm sure many of our viewers know, Columbia State Historic Park is a reenactment of an 1850s Colombian gold town, right? So this is an intersection of religion.
Okay. And let me guess, politics?
No, not politics.
Good. I'm like politics, gun, alcohol. We got a whole.
We got everything covered.
We have a very interesting story coming back.
So this was just actually just mining for gold and religion. So what would happen in the mining towns is not very often a religious organization would have a building of their own. So like the synagogue would meet at 10 or whatever on their Sabbath, and then maybe the Seventh-day Adventists would meet on the same day in the same building, a few hours later. It was very fluid, and they all worked together, which made sense. And what happened was the Catholic Church in Colombia was initially down in the town. Right now, there's St. Anne's Church, which is you drive up a little road right outside of Columbia. It's a cute little church. I would recommend going there just to kind of see it. So when it first started out, it was actually in the town, and they had the graveyard there, all the headstones, right? Everybody's buried there. Well, what happened?
Okay.
You know where this is going.
I know where this feels a little bit like poltergeist here coming up.
Yeah, not quite. Because these were like living people.
Okay, that's good.
But the miners were digging around, and they figured out there was gold right around the cemetery.
Oh, no.
And so they were like, I bet there's so much gold where those people are buried.
Oh, no. And they're focused. They're hyper-focused on that one
They're
thing.
like, gold. Yeah. So they were trying to be respectful, and they said, they said, so-and-so has this land just outside of town on a hill. They didn't think there was any gold there.
Let me guess, there's gold there at some point, too.
At some point, that's later in the story. You guessed it. So what happens, they went to the priest, and they said, can we trade you the land, and you move the church up there, and we'll move all the bodies for you. It'll be wonderful, right? So that's what they did. They traded the land, and the priest said, okay. They built the church. They had the cemetery. Of course, not much longer. Maybe I think it was a year or so later. They start digging. They find gold around the cemetery. And so then
it's a new cemetery.
Yeah, a new cemetery. These poor people are just getting dragged from grave to grave to grave.
No.
They might as well be zombies at this point.
They probably, your rest has already been disturbed.
It's already been disrupted.
Doing it 2 times, you're asking for problems.
It's like, holy moly. So they went to the priest again, and the priest said, no.
I don't blame him.
Not. No. So everybody thought it was settled. It was good. So fast forward into the 20th century. And rumor has it, of course, that in the last, I think it was about 20 years ago, they were doing foundation work on St. Anne's Church in Colombia, and they saw tunnels that had been built underneath the church going to the graveyard.
And it took them almost 100+ years
to figure this out.
Well, I mean, that was respectful.
Yeah, exactly.
Quite respectful.
But the miners were still trying to, they were like, okay, Padre, or whatever, Mr. Priestman, we will, we'll do what you say. We won't move the graves. But they were digging underneath the church to get to the cemetery to get to the gold.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Talk about just working around the system.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I wonder.
Some politicians maybe should take some votes from them.
I am curious how much gold they found. Like, if it was one of those things where they actually found a profit.
A lot of gold. I don't know.
Or if it was just enough to keep them digging.
I think a lot of times with the gold miners, it was just enough to keep them digging, right? Although some of them actually made a lot of money, but most of them ended up being really good businessmen.
And selling the shovels.
They took it out
to the miners, and that's how a lot of these successful stories you hear is they take what is in front of them, and if it's not working, they adapt it to something that works.
And that was how the wine industry got started up here as well,
which is fascinating.
We'll get to that in another episode. So, and that's a whole other story, but very much within that realm of I don't want to be slogging around in
not knowing
creeks and not knowing. But look, this place looks exactly like where I came from, and I can buy rootstock down in Stockton and bring it up here, and
people are going to drink it.
Yep, absolutely. So that's our little historical story for today. But next week I'll have something for you for Frog Jump for sure.
I still can't believe it's
frog
season. It's
frog season.
So crazy that we are already in almost the middle of May.
And also, it just is occurring to me, don't plant your tomato plants till after Frog Jump. So that's a big thing up here. I don't know if you know it. Yeah, because
we just had frost come up.
Yeah.
And it's really kind of sad to see because you see it's been such a beautiful weather up here.
It's been gorgeous.
And then we had the first frost, and it wiped out a lot of wine.
Yes.
And then it seemed like we were getting really going again, and then we just had this other frost, and it wiped out even more stuff. And you're like, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. So. Yes, but that's part of living in an agricultural community too. That's part of who we are.
With the season.
Go with it, and that's what we do. That's what we do up here. So, but there are a lot of really interesting things going on.
There's so much happening, ridiculously.
I have to put my glasses on for this part. But so did you want to get started?
Yes. So we are going to be talking about we're really focusing on the week of May 13th through May 19th.
Yeah,
Again,
exactly.
Frog Jump starts on Thursday. Woo! But let's get to the 13th. So we have this Friday. Again, we're going straight into plays because who doesn't like a good play?
Oh, and the plays up here are really, really good.
They are really good.
I have to say, they're really good.
Still Magnolias. This looks like it's the last weekend to go see Still Magnolia. So it's the East Sonora Theater. It starts at 6:30 on April. Or hold on, it's in April. On Saturdays and no, hold on, I'm getting this wrong, people. I'm looking at April because it has been going since April, and this is the very last weekend.
This is the very last weekend that Still Magnolias is playing, and I'm kind of jumping between tabs. You know us by now.
Yeah.
You watched us a couple times. You know us by now. We're trying to just jump between.
Yeah, we scavenged the internet to find out the events for the Mother Lode.
So, then Baskerville is also playing Sherlock Holmes Mystery. So you still have a chance to see these really, really good plays, and I've heard some really good things about them. So,
and there's so much local talent up here that it doesn't matter which play you go to, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we have, let me go through.
I'm going to actually jump in because there's a farmers markets are going to be starting soon, but there's one that's already going on, and that is the Peaceful Valley Farmers Market, and that's in Sonora and Peaceful Valley, and it will take place every Friday until October 14th from 4 p.m. to dusk, and I believe
Sutter Creek is doing fundraiser, or not fundraisers, but their farmers market is running also. So they do their farmers markets the 15th. So this Sunday it's going, and they do it every third Sunday of each month. So if you are looking for a farmers market in May in more towards the Amador area, Sutter Creek.
For sure.
And it's $1 at the gate, so you can't beat that. Then we also have Ione Homecoming is this weekend.
Is that this weekend?
It is this weekend. My daughter's doing the dancing down Main Street, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So it does start on Friday and it goes until Saturday, and they have a whole bunch of stuff. So they have parades, they have bingo, they have a carnival, they have vendor booths, so it's a whole big shebang.
It's really, and Ione is one of those little towns that
they put everything into it.
They put everything into it, and they kind of get short shrift, right? They're kind of overshadowed by Sutter Creek, you know, even Murphy's in Calaveras County. But it's the cutest little small town, and really when you walk up and down the main street, you really do feel like you're walking back into almost a movie set. You know, it's really cool.
It feels, I mean, all of the Mother Lode towns, they have their own
own personality,
and it's really, and you definitely get to see everybody.
Oh, yes, you do.
And this is a 146th annual homecoming, so it's been going on for a long time, and they got it down pat. So so again, it starts on Friday, May 13th, and it goes until Saturday. And they have a whole bunch, and they have dinner, they have kids races, so check them up online and kind of choose
what you want.
2 days.
Pancake breakfast.
They have a whole bunch going on.
And they actually have a junior frog jump.
Oh yeah, which leads to the
frog jump. Yeah, so up in the Mother Lode, pretty much all roads lead to the frog jump at one time or another.
Exactly.
So just remember that.
And then speaking of another frog jump, they have the frog jump at the town square in Copper Valley on the 15th. So on Sunday, they also had, and it's from 11 to 2 p.m. And this is to qualify for the grand finales, or grand finals at the Calaveras County Fair. So it's kind of a lead-in. So if you want to get your frog and jump, go to Copper Valley.
And that's on Saturday, right?
It's on the 15th, on Sunday.
So I was just looking, I was wondering if they actually had overlapping times, because I'm looking at one of them on the 14th, which is actually put on by the Angels Camp Business Association, and it will be their junior frog jump, and that'll be on Saturday, May 14th at Utica Park from 11 to 2 p.m. It is $2 per jump and 1 jump per participant, but it is only for there is frog jumping for kids through 8th grade, and the winner again qualifies for the final on Sunday, May 22nd, which will start at 3 p.m. out there at Frogtown. So
that's good to know.
So this is always a fun event, and this is the first time they're doing it back. It's big back.
Big back. I mean, it seems like this year, especially looking as we get more into summer, everything is opening back up, and it's feeling like pre-COVID, which is nice. It's nice to have that normalcy.
Yeah. So, and since we're talking about the fair and what's going on, the theme is Dancing with the Steers this year, which is so cute. And they do have a steer. They have a, with the frog jump, the person, because they have a frog in costume, they actually have a steer in the costume too, and I can't remember what the steer's name is, but so cute, because they go out together.
Cute.
Super cute. So the youth parade, which is an annual event in Angels Camp, is going to take place on Thursday, May 19th. It starts at 10 a.m. So you can, go out there in costume with your decorations, and just if you want to participate, it is the 75th annual youth parade, and the Soroptimists actually put that on in conjunction with the fair jump or frog jump,
which that's so. Especially
really cool.
Looking at it from like having younger children, it's nice. You get the whole vibe. Everyone gets a piece, and then you go enjoy the fair afterwards.
Yes.
And it's just it makes everything so much fun.
It is. It's really, really great. So, but you can, if you want to participate, you can contact Karen Varney. And her phone number is 209-304-1188. And again, she's with the Soroptimists, so you can also look them up online and figure out how to participate that way. But that's always a super fun event.
And you can't go wrong, even if you don't participate and you just sit back and watch. That's a show.
Exactly.
This Saturday, we've talked about this many times. If you are looking to have your dog vaccinated or cat vaccinated and get a microchipping done, it is happening this Saturday at the Government Center. Again,
in San Andreas,
in San Andreas, and it's always been super busy.
Yes.
So plan ahead, and the times is from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then they will direct you depending on what
you're doing.
pet you are and what you're doing, and it's free to anyone that lives in is a Calaveras County resident. So just plan ahead and be prepared to wait because it's well worth it.
It is well worth it. And remember, this is actually put on by Focus, which is the Friends of the Calaveras County Animal Shelter. I always get that wrong. Friends, anyway.
Friends of Calaveras Animal Services.
That's Animal Services.
I have it in front of me. That's the only reason why I know this.
Whoa, it's something. But they actually are a nonprofit that supports animal services. So if you have a little something to throw their way, contact them, donate.
Food. They're always looking for food.
Dog food,
cat food, any kind of animal food for the shelters and stuff like that. So, and it's a great organization because they go in waves. Like sometimes there's people have adopted out a lot of animals, and then all of a sudden they have an overabundance during kitten season and all that.
Yeah, and kitten season is starting.
It's right on us right now. It's crazy.
So anything you can do to help that organization, and also, I have to add in the Calaveras Humane Society as well. They do an amazing job as well. So both those organizations just serve our community really well. So if you have a little extra, even if it's a $5 donation, every little bit helps.
It really does.
Yeah, for sure.
And who doesn't like a good
little
happy puppy or doggy?
Exactly.
And then, Love Affair Casino Night is happening Saturday, May 14th, from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Amador County Fairgrounds. So this is prepping for the Amador Fair.
Yes.
And it's to help with that. They have exciting casino games, fantastic small play buffet, and live auctions. So they have a lot going on that night. It is $100 per person. It includes a $500 casino money. And it's on sale now.
Wow.
And you can get information on Facebook is where I found it. It's Love a Fair Casino Night.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's an adult theme. So I'm assuming this is definitely
adult. I would say
for adults. For adults. So get a babysitter if you are if you have children. Get out and about. Have a I don't know. Look, it's always fun to go out, dress up, and
fun. Yeah.
What happens if you win something?
I know.
What if? You might walk away a big winner. You can always call Lucy Hatchett if you have any questions at 209-304-5780. And again, it's on Saturday the 14th from 6 to 10.
Okay. And we talked about this actually, I think a couple weeks ago. Mountain Melody Women's Chorus is back in action. If you've never seen them, they are a wonderful group to go and see. And they actually have two concerts this weekend. One is Saturday, May 14th at 2 o'clock at the Moke Hill Town Hall, obviously in McCollum Hill.
And again, that's another town with a great vibe. Like you can just
cute.
go watch the show or go ahead of time and walk. And it's not big.
No.
And then go enjoy a good show. It's one of those places where you can spend hours just wandering
around. Like Petroglyph Gallery is just amazing. Renegade Winery is there, and of course the Hotel Leger.
Of course.
That was always so the haunted one. Yeah. Woo. And there's also all sorts of cute little shops as well. Whoopsie Daisy is another one. They sell
Such a
British
cute
chocolate,
name.
so
That's such
awesome.
a cute name.
And then Mountain Melody will be in Angels Camp on Sunday, May 15th at 2 p.m., and they will be at the Union Congregational Church. So if you want to find out more information about these concerts, go to mountainmelody.org, and you can find out more about what, where you can go, how you can donate, and help them out. So,
perfect.
yeah.
And and they're fantastic.
Yeah, they are.
Fantastic band.
Yeah, they are.
So if you are looking to kind of get a little bit more active and out and about, there is a couple of really good fundraisers, and they're happening at the same time. So you will have to choose which one you want to go for. But on Saturday, May 14th, the Color Me Happy 5K walk and run is happening at 9 a.m. And it's called Show Us Your Colors. It starts at the Jackson Theater parking lot, and the prices are 17 and under is free, 18 and older is 15. There's a family pack for 2 adults and 2 minors for 20. And the time run starts at 10 a.m. For a timed run, and then for the fun and just kind of leisure walk, it starts at 10:30. So if you're very competitive and you want that time down, you get there a little bit earlier.
A little early. For the rest of us.
Yes, you can take your time. I mean, get a cup of coffee. I mean, that's what we just, if you have young children, just stroll them along. Just have fun.
It's an enjoyable time just to get outside.
And it helps the Operation Care, which is another great nonprofit organization. So, and then the other one is called the Bed Bug Challenge, and it's a 5K run also, and it's another color run, so dress accordingly, because you will get blasted.
Yes, you will get colored.
This one starts at 7 a.m., so it's a little bit earlier.
Oh, wow.
So you could make both if you wanted to, and this one's at the Castle Oak Golf Courts in Ione. And this one goes for the Ione Elementary 5th grade science camp. So another really cool fundraiser.
Hyper local. Yeah, that's nice.
And they start off at check-ins from 7 to 8, and the race starts at 8 a.m. So again, you can make that one and then do a second one if you're really, really looking to get some miles in this weekend.
Yep. And then there's actually another, we were talking about Focus just now. They're actually having a fundraiser at the Murphy's Park Bocce Ball courts this Saturday so they must be like splitting up. So there's people working, the rabies and vaccination, and another group maybe doing the bocce ball.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
But Saturday, May 14th from 10 a.m. to 5:30. And it's $50 donation per team with a 40-team maximum.
So getting quick, because that's coming up. If the teams have already lined up, don't get on it now, because that will probably be...
That's probably tight. But you can always, even if you can't get in, you can go down and have fun watching.
And donate. You can always donate if you want to.
So if you want more information, call Patty at the Spice Tin. That's a shop in Murphy's. 209-728-8225. Yeah.
And then, so on Saturday, or Sunday, so what I'm doing right now is, the way I have it set up is I'm looking at Facebook. So if anything that I'm saying right now, you can find us on Facebook. The Who's Windburn Brothers are playing at the Sutter Creek Pavilion. So it should be a good show. It's about a 2-hour show. And it goes from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And I believe it's music, so so if you are looking for a band to listen to, it looks pretty funny.
And the Provisions, Sutter Creek Provisions, is a really nice, it's kind of funky and fun, it's got a really nice vibe to it.
Really
just kind of go and hang out to relax. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's just nice to go and relax there.
It is, and it's like stepping back in time.
Yes.
The way that they have remodeled it and put it back together, it really is.
They've done a really great job.
Really cool. So you can hit up the farmer's market and then go listen to a band. And actually another fundraiser. This is actually in Railroad Flat. So you'll just take the windy road to Railroad Flat. Just a little windy. May 14th, 2022, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. is a crab feed and Wagyu steak, which is surf and turf, for the Railroad Flat Equestrian Center. Nice. And tickets are $75 each, and you can go to Eventbrite to actually get those and search for the Railroad Flat Equestrian Center.
And it includes appetizers, a no-host bar, an opening ceremony, special arena presentation with four-horse ranch.
So it's dinner and a show.
Absolutely.
It's well worth it.
Yeah, and then it's crab, they call it full-blood Wagyu steak, sides and desserts, auction, and music. So
that's not bad at all.
That's a really good, and it's actually, it's each area up here, once you start exploring and driving around, like we talked about last episode, just get in the car and drive around.
Yep.
Because you will find places like when you go into Railroad Flat or West Point areas, there's like meadows that you just don't even think are back there.
Exactly.
So it's just beautiful to go back and drive back there. So if you have a chance, make sure you can get out there and go get a crab feed and a full-blood Wagyu steak.
I know. It sounds good. My stomach's going to start growling. It seems like every time we do this show, it's during lunchtime.
Exactly.
And I'm like, oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds good.
Yeah.
And so you have to, especially anything with the crab feed.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like 100%
the whole crab
there.
thing, yeah, for sure.
So for you guys antiquers, the Old Sutter Creek Flea Market is happening this Sunday it happens every third Sunday of every month. So again, it corresponds with the farmers market.
Yeah.
And this one's at the Italian Picnic Ground and in Sutter Creek, and it is open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and the admission's $1. So you can find your treasures and discover something really cool, and especially if you're a crafter.
Oh,
and you can take something that no one else could have. I mean, they look at it
something really
and
cool.
Turn it into something really cool. Or you find that, like, did you hear about that one lady who bought a statue? It was, and she bought it at like a thrift store for like $10.
Yeah.
And it was
like this really.
It was this really historical
piece, right?
For $10.
For $10, and it was like from the Greek and Roman era or something.
Mm-hmm. And it was in pristine condition
too.
It was perfect. And you're sitting there going, why can't I find that? Or you hear about the person with the Jackson Pollock, because he would have these drunken rages and he'd paint and get really disappointed, and he threw his paintings away.
Yeah.
And so people would collect them from the trash can. So you find them randomly
in random
thrift markets, and
places,
people are hanging it up, and they're like, I think that's a Jackson Pollock.
Exactly.
And you're like, no way. And then you get it.
They get it appraised, or a professional looks at it,
and they're like, it's a Jackson Pollock. You're holding $1 million thing.
Exactly.
And you're like, I got it for $5.
Exactly.
Talk about the steal of a deal.
That is. So you never know what you're going to find at these places.
And for $1, I mean, it's well worth it.
It's well worth it, for sure. And talk about history, Gold Rush Days is still at Columbia State Historic Park, and that actually occurs every weekend until December.
Nice.
And there's also an Indian market, Saturday, May 14th from 10 to 5 in Tuolumne.
That sounds like fun.
Which sounds like a lot of fun. So it's actually presented by Keepers of Tradition, California Tribal Arts. And what it features is sales and demonstrations by California Native American artists, which is really cool. So they have demonstrations for basketry, acorn processing, stone carvings, and local games, and books about, and I presumably by California Native peoples. And they have Indian tacos.
Ooh, that sounds
really good. Yeah,
I'm like 100% there.
Exactly. And that takes place at Heritage Park over there in Tuolumne County.
That sounds like a blast.
Yeah.
So you gardeners out there, the Master Gardeners of Amador is doing a class on water, irrigation, and climate change this Saturday, May 14th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And it is at the in Jackson, on Jackson Gate Road. Let me click on it and see if I can get a little bit more information here. If you are interested in going, you can telephone them at 209-223-6838 if you want more information on this class. And they do classes throughout the year, so I think you can even get on their website and print out a whole schedule on what is coming. They also are doing where did it go? Master Gardeners of Amador is also part of the farmers market.
Oh, yeah.
And so they will be out there also. And then I also had something with a plant sale Okay, so yes, so they also have, so the Tuolumne County Master Gardeners will be holding a plant sale at the demonstration garden on Saturday, May 14th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So if you're looking to do a class and then go get some plants.
Yeah, and they're so knowledgeable.
Oh, they're so knowledgeable.
And they are all about, native plants and teaching you about how to plant sustainably. And they just, if something is wrong with your plant,
They'll
just
know.
ask them and they will know.
And especially if you're starting your garden now, hopefully we're through the frost season and now things can start really blossoming and going. So if you're looking to grow it's a great opportunity. And you're also getting like heirloom seeds and plants that you can kind of seed your own.
Yes.
So you're kind of establishing yourself for future gardening and becoming your own master gardener eventually too.
Exactly. So
it could start and all of a sudden you got a green thumb.
You got a green thumb and you're into it for sure. So, and then also in Tuolumne County, actually on Saturday, May 14th, going from the garden to, I guess you call it the drawing room, is Bach.
Ooh.
There is a Bach concert at Jamestown. And it is, let's see, there's a salon, it's the May 14th, sorry, it's a guitar masterclass at 3. May 15th is a salon concert at 3 p.m. and that's at Hearst Ranch in Jamestown. So it's produced by the Sonora Bach Festival. So just look them up to find out even more information. But you can buy tickets at the Mountain Bookshop in the Junction Center, Shopping Center or online.
It's crazy to me how diverse we are.
Oh yeah,
in this country, in our counties.
Area,
Because you have these wonderful plays, and we have Bach, and then we have guitar lessons, and we have master gardeners. It really is
jumping frogs. Yeah,
there's something for everybody. Like if you don't have one interest, there's so much going on. There's so much going on.
There absolutely is.
So let me take a look. Now I'm going to go through and see if we have any more very quickly, because I think we're getting towards the end before we start the next weekend.
The next week. And I wanted to touch on the fact that, yes, it is Frog Jump for next week, which is, we'll talk more about that. But also on the 19th at the Columbia State Historic Park, they are starting their annual reenactment of 1852 Gold Rush Tent Town.
How cool is that?
And that is amazing. If you ever go during the year, in the back of the park, you'll see like framed buildings which don't look like they look like they're not doing anything with them. But what happens is annually, once a year at this time, they have people come in and they actually build those buildings up and turn it into another actual Gold Rush tent town. So like it would have been back in the Gold Rush. So because what you have in Colombia are like the historic buildings that survived the test of time, but obviously the tents did not. So what this does is it really gives you a real taste of what it was like.
Which was not
easy. I mean, the stories that come out of just, Colombia was one of the larger towns. But, the different immigrants would have their different sections, and you would hear them speaking their languages, their native languages. The smells would be from their native cooking.
And so you're really just walking back in time and getting to experience something that would have been lost if this tradition didn't keep going.
Happen. So that is actually starting on the 19th as well, and that is something well worth going to check out.
And it's not very expensive. It's only $10 for adults, $2 for children and under. And it's out and about, really.
Yeah, it is. It is. So I think actually
I think we're getting towards the end.
Pretty much.
At least for this week, because I'm looking, I'm like, there's so much coming up for next week.
Yeah.
But let me see if there's anything you need to pre-plan for, because that might be a good thing.
There was actually, and it is another Chicken in a Barrel event. This is actually a really popular one. This is on June 4th in Murphy's Park. It's $15 per meal. It benefits the Michelson Parents Club, so at Michelson Parents Michelson School up there in Murphy's. It's the 33rd annual.
Wow. So
Chicken
you
in a
know they
barrel.
have this recipe down.
They do, and it is really good. So it's from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. And you can buy your tickets at gorallyup.com. And there's a silent auction as well. So we just want to point that out that is coming up. And also Forest Meadows on the Green has their concert series, and obviously as we get closer to concert series,
Yeah, because we have a lot.
we're coming up on that one too. But they have a May 14th concert with a very popular Plan B local band up here. It was a lot of fun. So you just go on up there to Forest Meadows right above Murphy's, and you can go have an enjoyable evening, 6 to 8:30 p.m. and it is free of charge.
Woo-hoo, I will take free.
Yes,
I will take
free
free
is good.
anytime,
Free is
especially
always
with good music.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Speaking of music, they also have the Gold Country Festival and Talent Show. It is on May 28th, but it is a talent show. So if you are planning to be a talent and put your stuff out there, then I would plan a little bit ahead and find out how you can submit into it.
Get involved in that.
And it's you can get on their website. It's freewillorg.org/festival, or you can contact them at 209-584-9006. Again, I found this on Facebook events under Gold Country Festival and Talent Show, and it's in Valley Springs.
Oh, cool.
And so, yeah, and they have a whole bunch of stuff happening. Kids 5 and under are free, and it is for adults. I think it looks like it is $10.
Oh, that's
So
good.
it's not.
And
not
did
too
you
bad.
say that there's $1,000 first prize?
I did not say that, but you did.
I did.
Yes, $1,000 first prize for the talent show. So
for the
it is
talent
well
show, it's
worth entering.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't even see that. I'm like, I'm entering now. I don't have a talent, but I'm going to enter now.
We'll figure something out.
Oh,
Figure out something.
Go be a Miss Congeniality. Bring some
Exactly.
cups. Go drink my water.
Exactly.
The gate opens at 3 p.m. The talent show starts at 4, and the dancing is at 6. So a whole thing, just kick your heels up and enjoy the evening.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
No. And then one more other annual event to look forward is the Angels Murphy's Rotary Club. Say that 5 times fast. Shrimp feed at Murphy's
So you can
Park.
get crab, and now you got shrimp. Oh, you're
and
killing me.
pasta, Yeah, and live music by Jill and the Giants.
Sounds
And
like fun.
another super talented band, and Jill Warren, who fronts them, is just amazing. If you've never seen her, you have to. That's actually on Saturday, August 20th in Murphy's Park from 4 to 9. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, you have some time to get, because again, these tickets sell up quick,
They
and then
do.
you kick yourself later when you
For
realize
not- Yeah.
they're gone.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't have to actually stay. You can actually just drive up.
Yeah.
And get your meal.
Which
So-
is nice. It's
which is super
dinner.
nice.
You go home, run a movie, relax, and you don't have to cook dinner.
And
you don't have to cook dinner. I'm
you're
like,
not-
oh, there we go.
Yes,
I
yes.
love that.
So, and I think actually that's about it.
That is about it until next week,
Until next week,
which is huge.
which will be the big one, the big one for us in Calaveras County.
It will be.
So, you guys have a good week, and make sure you get out there and do something fun.
And if you have an event, again, contact us and let us know, because we would love to hear about it.
Yep.
And
calpeg7@gmail.com, Calaveras Community TV on all our socials. So yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
for sure.
Yeah.
And we will see you
Next week.
Woo! Bye.
Bye.